Barnegat Bay, usually a place of summer joy and relaxation, is known for its sparkling waters, bustling marinas, and families enjoying the sun-drenched days along the Jersey Shore. For generations, this bay has been a sanctuary for boaters, anglers, and vacationers seeking a peaceful escape from the everyday rush. But on August 2, 2025, the bay's tranquil reputation was shattered, as it became the scene of an unexpected and heartbreaking tragedy that would ripple through the community. That afternoon, a young minke whale, far from the deep ocean waters it calls home, found itself lost and disoriented in the shallow, busy bay. As it surfaced near Long Beach Island, a motorboat, unable to stop in time, collided violently with the whale. The force of the impact was so great that it nearly overturned the boat, sending a passenger tumbling into the water. Miraculously, the individual was quickly rescued and escaped without serious injury, but the shock and fear lingered among everyone present. The whale, however, suffered devastating injuries. It thrashed in agony, its massive body struggling in the unfamiliar, shallow bay. Wildlife rescue teams rushed to the scene, but there was little they could do as the animal's distress grew more desperate by the minute. News of the incident spread quickly, drawing crowds of concerned locals and vacationers to the shoreline. The Jersey Shore community, so used to celebrating the beauty of the bay, was left in shock and sorrow, grappling with the reality of what had happened. Eyewitnesses described scenes of chaos and disbelief. Many had never seen a whale in the bay before, let alone one in such distress. The sight of the majestic creature, so out of place and struggling to survive among the throngs of boats, left a lasting impression on all who watched. The collision happened in a matter of seconds, a tragic accident that no one could have anticipated. Boaters were left stunned, their day on the water forever changed by the memory of the whale's suffering and the realization of how quickly joy can turn to tragedy. This heartbreaking event serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between our recreational pursuits and the fragile lives of the creatures who share these waters with us. As more people flock to the bay each year, the risks to marine life only increase. The death of this young minke whale is not just a single tragedy, it is a symbol of the mounting challenges faced by marine animals in a world increasingly shaped by human activity, noise, and traffic on the water. Its story compels us to reflect on our responsibility as stewards of the ocean, urging us to find ways to coexist more thoughtfully with the remarkable wildlife that depends on these waters for survival. The whale's presence in the bay was noticed well before the collision, drawing the attention of both locals and visitors along the Jersey Shore. People gathered along the shoreline, some in awe and others concerned, as the massive creature navigated the shallow waters. Many reached for their phones, eager to capture the rare sight, while others called authorities, worried for the whale's safety. The State Police Marine Unit and the Marine Mammal Stranding Center were alerted almost immediately. Both organizations mobilized quickly, assembling teams and equipment in hopes of guiding the whale back to deeper water. However, despite their rapid response, the whale's journey ended tragically before help could arrive on scene. Videos from witnesses showed the whale swimming perilously close to recreational boats, sometimes even brushing against them. The animal appeared disoriented, circling in the shallow bay and surfacing frequently, as if searching for a way out. Onlookers could be heard expressing both excitement and concern, their voices capturing the tension of the moment. The collision itself was captured on video, a dramatic and heartbreaking moment. The whale, in its confusion, lifted a motorboat out of the water before collapsing onto a sandbar. Bystanders watched in shock and disbelief as the animal lay motionless, the gravity of the situation setting in. Sea tow crews arrived soon after, navigating carefully around the stranded whale. Upon reaching the scene, they confirmed the whale's death, marking a somber moment for everyone involved. The loss was felt deeply by both the responders and the community. Low tide presented an additional challenge, keeping officials and rescue teams at a distance. They were forced to wait for the water to rise before they could safely approach the whale's body, adding to the sense of helplessness and frustration. With rescue no longer possible, the focus quickly shifted to recovery and investigation. Teams began preparing equipment and discussing the next steps, determined to handle the situation with care and professionalism. Plans were made to tow the whale to a nearby state park, where a necropsy would be performed. Marine biologists and veterinarians hoped to learn from the tragedy, examining the whale for injuries or signs of illness that might explain its behavior. The official response reflected both respect for the animal and a commitment to understanding what went wrong. As investigators gathered around the whale, their somber expressions spoke to the weight of the loss and their determination to prevent similar incidents in the future. While it's natural to seek blame, experts called the collision a freak accident. Local Captain Charlie Nunn explained the boaters were likely stationary or moving slowly. The whale, already distressed, swam into their path. The whale's presence in shallow water suggested it was lost, ill, or following prey into unfamiliar territory. In its panic, the whale's senses were compromised, making a collision more likely. This was not negligence, but a tragic intersection of two worlds. The rarity of such an event in Barnegat Bay highlights nature's unpredictability. The lesson is not about blame, but about awareness and compassion for both wildlife and people. As human activity and wildlife habitats overlap, caution and respect are more important than ever. The key takeaway: we must be vigilant and mindful whenever we enter the marine environment. The victim was a minke whale, the smallest baleen whale in the North Atlantic. Adults reach up to 26 feet yet are agile and powerful swimmers. Minkes are seasonal visitors to New Jersey, drawn by schools of fish and krill. They feed using baleen plates to filter food from the water. Unlike humpbacks, minkes are quiet and reserved, making them hard to spot. Their subtle presence means boaters may not notice them until it's too late. Minkes are solitary travelers, vital to the local ecosystem. The loss of this young whale is a loss for the entire marine system. Its death reminds us of the fragility of ocean life and the need for protection. Whales venture near shore mainly in search of food. Bait fish like menhaden and herring draw whales into shallower, busier waters. Sometimes young or sick whales become disoriented and seek calmer bays. These areas, however, are filled with boats and obstacles. Curiosity can also bring whales close. Minkes are known to investigate coastal activity. Unfortunately, their curiosity can put them in danger. Navigational errors caused by noise or changes in currents can lead whales astray. Disrupted senses may trap them in unfamiliar, hazardous environments. When whales enter places like Barnegat Bay, panic and confusion can quickly turn deadly. These factors combine to make near-shore encounters increasingly common and risky. The tragedy in Barnegat Bay is not an isolated event. It's a stark reminder of a growing crisis in our oceans. Vessel strikes have become one of the most significant threats to whales around the globe, putting entire populations at risk. As more people take to the water for recreation, fishing, and shipping, the chances of deadly encounters between boats and whales continue to rise. Whales are increasingly drawn closer to shore in search of food, often following schools of fish into shallow waters. But these same areas are also some of the busiest boating lanes, filled with everything from small fishing boats to massive cargo ships. This overlap creates a dangerous intersection where whales and vessels are on a collision course. When a boat travels at speeds of 15 knots or more, the force of impact can be devastating, often fatal for a whale. Even a glancing blow can cause internal injuries, broken bones, or deep cuts, leaving the animal with little chance of survival. The most effective way to prevent these tragedies is surprisingly simple: slow down. Reducing speed gives both whales and boaters more time to react, dramatically lowering the risk of a deadly strike. In areas where whales are known to be present, speed limits are not just a suggestion, they're a lifeline. Federal regulations now require large vessels to reduce speed in designated whale-active zones. Yet despite these rules, the number of incidents continues to climb, suggesting that enforcement and awareness are still falling short. In 2023, the New York Bight, a critical habitat for migrating whales, experienced a record number of fatal whale strikes. Each incident is a loss not just for the species, but for the entire ecosystem that depends on healthy whale populations. The recent rebound of fish populations is a positive sign for ocean health, attracting more whales to our coasts. But with this good news comes a new challenge. More whales in busy waters means more opportunities for dangerous encounters. It's not just massive ships that pose a threat. Small recreational boats can also cause fatal injuries, especially to calves and juvenile whales. Many boaters may not even realize they've struck an animal until it's too late. These collisions are dangerous for everyone involved. Whales can suffer horrific injuries, while boaters risk damage to their vessels, personal injury, or even capsizing in severe cases. The growing danger of vessel strikes is a problem that affects us all: boaters, fishermen, shipping companies, and coastal communities alike. Protecting whales means working together, raising awareness, and making safety on the water a shared responsibility for everyone who enjoys or depends on the ocean. Every boater shares responsibility for whale safety. Vigilance is key. Scan for blows, splashes, or seabirds that signal whale activity. Give whales space. Stay at least 100 yards away or 500 yards for right whales. If a whale surfaces nearby, slow down or stop your engine and wait. Slower speeds reduce the risk and severity of collisions. Even if speed limits apply only to large ships, all boaters should slow down in whale territory. Reporting whale sightings helps scientists and alerts other boaters. If you see a whale in distress, contact the Marine Mammal Stranding Center. Never intervene yourself. By staying alert, slowing down, and sharing information, boaters can help protect these gentle giants. Small changes in behavior make a big difference for whales and people alike. Together, we can make the ocean safer for all its inhabitants. The whale's journey ended, but its story became a lesson for science and conservation. The Marine Mammal Stranding Center towed the body for a necropsy, seeking answers. Experts examined injuries, illness, and diet to understand what led to the tragedy. Every detail helped shape better policies and protections for whales. If the necropsy confirms a boat strike, it adds urgency to calls for expanded slow-speed zones and better boater education. The incident has already raised public awareness and sparked important conversations. Learning from this loss means turning sympathy into action, slower boats, vigilant eyes, and support for marine science. The whale's story can help protect others in the future. The loss of the minke whale is a sobering reminder of our impact on the natural world. But within tragedy lies hope, a chance to change how we share the ocean. The knowledge gained from this event can help save other whales. Coexistence is built on empathy, science, and daily choices by everyone who loves the sea. Every boater, fisherman, and conservationist plays a role in protecting marine life. The future depends on our willingness to learn, adapt, and act. Let the memory of the Barnegat Bay whale inspire us to be better guardians of the ocean. Together, we can ensure the sea remains a place of wonder and life for all.